What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H Town Rundown. This is your boy AD with my other co-hosts in the building. We got Mike G up top. We got C Raw up top on the right, and we got Jules St. John right there at the bottom, right next to me. What up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on, blood?
What's up?
All right, y'all. I don't know what happened to Chris, but he there. 11 to 6 don't
Yo,
have.
what's up, baby?
Hey, so it's the off season, man. It's the dead period. We've had mini camp. We waiting on training camp at the end of July. Waiting on those dates to drop at the end of the month as well. End of this month, anyway. I think in 2 days we'll find out the training camp dates. But we got a few things we want to talk about today. News of the day, man. Will Anderson signed that good old contract. He's not officially he's officially a Houston Texan. We can look at it right here. Tom Pelissero broke the news. Will Anderson, right there signed a $35 million contract, five with a fifth-year option, $22.6 million guarantee on the signing bonus. Contract is fully guaranteed, 4-year contract. What are y'all thoughts about Will Anderson signing that contract? And everybody thought it was breaking news, but I'll talk about that in a minute.
I'll go first. I want to talk about the face he made. He said, "Hey, that's not my biggest contract yet. I'm getting another one in 5 years. Y'all look out. Like this ain't this little money could have paid right now. My big money coming by 5 years. Watch out, Houston. Watch out, division. I'm coming for y'all quarterbacks. This is my money right now. I'm getting bigger money in 4 years."
Chris, what you think? Chris, you there? Mike, what you got?
I mean, it's good news. He's the first.
No.
Well, he's before Stroud, right?
Yeah, Stroud ain't signed yet.
No,
Yeah,
I think he's the first of the top 5 to sign.
Yeah, that's it. First of the top 5 picks.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I figure Stroud will be very shortly. Obviously before training camp. So
Yeah.
Chris, you there?
Yeah. He better have been the first to sign it. He took 5 positions, goddamn it.
Oh, stop!
He signed it for 5 different players. We gave up 25 picks to get him. He better have signed.
Dr. Jekyll Hyde all over again.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him and his sisters and his mama.
His daddy.
Maybe his sisters will get on his ass and make him get pause. Make him get you know what I'm saying? Make him get about 10 sacks this year. But I'm happy for the kid, man. That's a big deal to go from where he came from to sign a $35 million guaranteed contract. I'm happy for the kid.
Yeah, I don't know why when it was announced, end of last week or beginning of this week, I don't remember. But it I don't know why it was breaking news. I don't know why everybody was making a fuss about it. And it kind of made me realize a lot of people don't know how contract structures work, especially rookie contract structures. All first round picks, the contract is guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
The first 4 years a guaranteed contract. I think that was the incentive that they had when they brought down the I think what was it? Sam Bradford was the last one that got the crazy money.
I think he got like
For
75
CBA,
million guaranteed.
Yeah, when the CBA changed and they dropped it down to and made the rookie scale contracts, I think that was agreement that they'll bring the total amount down, but the actual contract is guaranteed at that point. It wasn't guaranteed before, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Maybe like the top of the draft, but later on in the first round, those contracts I don't think were fully guaranteed.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's some crazy anomaly or something, but
but anything to make the Texans look like dumbasses or make the Texans look like stupid ass fools. They gonna try to make it. They gonna, oh man, they gave this man a fully guaranteed contract
already franchise.
Well, only reason it's breaking news because none of the first rounders signed in 3 weeks. So he was actually the first person that signed after training camps and the OTAs of any of the first round picks because they've been so slowly signing picks because they guarantee you know you're getting money. That's why they allow them to go to mini camps and voluntary camps. Because back in the days, they wasn't going nowhere until they got a contract.
Right.
Was his agent that Nicole Lynn? Was she the lady
Yeah.
that got what was his name? Jalen Hurts to sign?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, I know she's doing good. She's on the road now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's
And I
just
think
good.
we won't hear from CJ until Bryce signs his. I think that's because I think what's gonna happen is Will was number 3. I think the cap out is 40, right? If I'm not mistaken. I
So,
think it's between 38 and 40 is the cap out of the top pick.
I think
Yes.
so. Right now. But how can Bryce sign before CJ? Bryce #1 pick.
But I mean that'll set the level of what CJ can get. He not gonna get Bryce money.
Man,
So
I think the actual money is already
Allocated.
it's already
it's set.
allocated. I think the deal is I think you decide how much upfront signing bonus money you get
Right.
and how they allocate that money, how they spread that money out over those first 4 years.
Right.
And you're thinking about endorsement deals, training deals,
Right.
commitments to the team,
Right.
advertising money, training, how many times you come to workout bonuses. All those are being negotiated now from between the agent and the club going forward right now.
So with that $35 million deal, what is his cap hit for this year?
For this year,
Yeah, for this year.
let's see.
It should be pretty.
It should be on over the cap
Yeah.
right now, and we're gonna get a shout out to overthecap.com.
Yeah, man, that's a good link, man. I love dealing
Man,
with over.
they computer to read my mind. I pull up over the cap, first name pop up, Will Anderson.
Right.
So I promise you, they trying to get us. They
Feds
watching.
is watching.
So let me shout out two companies that I use during the offseason. Over the cap for my contracts, signing bonuses, and I use Overlands for depth and roster information.
No, Overlands is horrible.
Hey, during the draft, they have theirs before anybody else.
Overlands, they never had the depth charts right. I love what Troy's doing that over the cap though, man. I mean, I believe that's his deal.
Yeah.
They're usually on point. What's the other? What is it? Spot?
Photo track.
Yes, Photo Track's a little off sometimes.
Yeah. So let's look at Will Anderson right here. Highlighted cap hit is only 6.4 million.
Oh, that is great. That is great work, Nick Casario.
And 24.
Oh God.
His
But
cap
also
hit.
the rookie cap is always taken care of too.
Let me go up. His cap hit and the next year is only 8 million. And then you go to the following year, it bumps up to 9 million. And in 2026, his cap hit is $11 million.
Woo, that's a small group of players.
Oh yeah, you talking about up here?
What is it, 6?
13.
Yeah, and in 2026, 13 players.
Yeah, we only have 33 next year. What we at next year? Have we gained those roster spots yet for next year?
32 players on the following year.
I knew we were close.
And then next year we'll have how many players on the roster? 53.
I like the 53 number. That's a good number.
And then your cap space is still over $100 million.
All right. So some guys will fall off, some guys get re-signed, some guys will be traded or cut, whatever. So they'll flex my number for a minute.
Yeah, so and we talking about it, but we got another topic I want to cover, man, because we talking about the we in the cap space and how much cap we got and players, player movement. I think it's Dove Killman. Is that how you pronounce it, Mike G?
Kleiman.
Dove Kleiman put out a list. It's not very accurate. We've come to find out, our research has found out some of it's not accurate, but he put out a full list of players that are free agents and potential, bodies. We've all talked about the DeAndre Hopkins, Jadeveon Clowney, but this list brings to light more players that we could potentially see on this team. So if y'all will go ahead and look up here.
There's only one player on that list that I'm looking for.
Who is that?
And you already named him. That's the only person I'm worried about.
Clowney.
J.D. Clowney.
Yeah. So I mean, we look at it like, of course, Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Hopkins. Taylor Lewan is retiring, so I don't even know why he's on the list.
He got no knees. He can't even walk. No knees.
I think we talked about
Kenny
Clown.
Galladay. Oh my God.
Yeah, Kenny Galladay is there. I mean Carson Wentz, Eli Apple, Julio Jones. He should be retiring.
Yeah.
DJ Fluker is an interesting pick.
Right.
He tackle guard. He retooled his body, man. I don't know if y'all saw him at the Alabama Pro Day. He looked like a totally different player, man. Zeke Elliott, Jarvis Landry, Marcus Peters is an interesting one. I thought he had signed with somewhere, but I guess he hasn't.
Yeah, he must still be injured, like still recovering, because that doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, with Griffin and Nelson, I don't see them go for
right.
Peters.
Yeah. Quan Alexander is a good one.
Yeah.
There's a name you're about to pass up.
Who?
D tackle Matt Ioannidis.
Yeah, you like that Ioannidis kid. Huh?
I love the Ioannidis kid. He plays with heart. He's got a good motor. He used to be damn near unblockable on the inside when he played for Washington. I think he went to Carolina last year and had for a 1-year deal. Mm-hmm. He really gets after the quarterback from the inside. He's just a rotational guy. But he's better than anybody we have backing up our starters.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize the Eagles didn't bring Sue back.
Yeah,
they did.
I mean, he's old, but
he's going to a championship contending team.
Yeah, he's ring chasing.
That's all he is. He waits until the season's halfway over. Then whatever team needs a D tackle when the playoff push, that's when he shows up.
He's like a fat ninja. He's attacking. He's secret. He's the secret weapon. Goddamn.
Dwayne Smoot is somebody I'm interested in too.
Smooth.
Defensive tackle from former Jacksonville Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody I'm kind of interested in. Ronald Darby and Melvin Ingram, pass rusher.
Yeah, there's quite a few pass rushers that don't want to participate in training camp that are going to be ready for the start of the season, and he's one of them.
Right.
Look at Kyle Van Noy is another one.
Oh, they go J.D. Clowney. But he's lazy, man. He's freaking lazy. And he's a locker room cancer, they say, man. I mean, I don't know if I want him around here.
What Mike Singletary say? Can't work with him. Can't play with him. Can't do it.
With him.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't win with him. Can't coach him. I'm telling you something. I would love to have J.D. Clowney stay here in Houston. I'm with Jules. I'm with all you guys. Contribute to this team. Add a pass rush. Give us some depth. Give us some serious depth in the locker room. And just give us some more explosion that we just don't have.
I mean, everybody keeps saying, what is he good at? Run stopping. What do you want him to do?
Up the run game.
What we horrible at, Jules? What we horrible at?
Run stopping and playing the edge.
Stop the run.
And for the people that say we should get Yannick Ngakoue, he is the exact opposite. If you want to get destroyed by the run, bring him in because another 80-yard touchdown run. Oh, who did he run right by?
He actually was a locker room cancer. He actually got into like 2 or 3 fist fights with players
in Jacksonville.
2 different teams.
Now, this is the thing people don't want to talk about. Yannick Ngakoue has been on 5 different teams in 5 years.
Yeah, they don't know.
He is not. If he was this great of a player, he would have stuck somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I think it was Jacksonville, Oakland, Minnesota. What was the last team he played for? It was like 5 different.
He played for Colts.
Yeah, like he done played in 5 different teams. He's been productive, but I said it. I said it on pre-show. He doesn't make any impact plays. He has the stats, but he's a very forgettable player.
Right.
He makes plays as a pass rusher, but he might be the worst run defender of any position in the league.
And the strong point you have your young talent, and Will Anderson. You have your veteran who still puts up 9, 8 sacks. So your pass rushing side is solid. You have Jerry Hughes and you have Winston going forward. What you don't have a premier rush in that can stop the run. And who is better than anybody else on this list? And a top 20 player on that side is still JD Clowney.
That's
It's
right.
bottom line. That's it. It's all about talent. And if he plays everywhere he goes, he productive in what he does. You have to get off the fact that he's the number one pick. You got to get the fact that he was hired and promoted as an edge rusher, going to get you 25 sacks, 10 sacks, 15 sacks a game. That was not him anymore after knee surgery. He
Yeah.
could not do it anymore. If you follow his career and you understand who he is a run-stopping edge that contains the edge and push people forward.
Dude, let's be honest. Let's be honest. The reason why a lot of these Houston Texan fans don't want him is because they hurt.
There is.
Jadeveon Clowney wanted out. Jadeveon Clowney didn't live up to the ultimate goal of being number one overall pick. And he, some people take that as a fan base, feels like he made the franchise look bad for not living up to the hype of being a number one overall pick. And they don't want him back for whatever reason. And to me, I'm gonna just say it. Anything within the Bill O'Brien years need to be, they need to be, what do they call it? Expunged from all the issues or wrongdoings in the Bill O'Brien era. Because Bill O'Brien, he was one of the most successful coaches in Houston Texans history, but he was also one of the most toxic coaches.
He was very toxic
in Houston Texans history. People don't want to talk about that. Behind the scenes, Bill O'Brien was horrible. Horrible person, asshole, all of the above.
Hey, other GMs loved working with him.
Oh yeah. Oh, got raped. I'm sorry, wrong terminology.
That's the only thing I'm gonna say about Clowney. It's the only thing I'm gonna say about Clowney. I'm let it go. They forget. All you Texan fans forget. This young man put his career on the line to come back early, halfway through the season, when everybody's telling him you have tore your MCL, you have to wait a year. He decided with the team doctors to come and try a new way of surgery to see can he get back earlier than he supposed to, and it's fucked his knee up. He has never been the same, and he's never going to be the same. That's commitment to your team. You can't lose focus of that man taking his career as a risk because he didn't pan out what he wanted. He didn't pan out because of injury. That's the bottom line.
Well, I got something positive to say about the situation. The Daylan Horton?
Yeah, Daylan Horton.
Yeah.
Daylan Horton is kind of a copycat image of JD Clowney. Yeah. He's long, he's big enough and strong enough to play the edge, but he's also big enough to move inside on some downs. Mm-hmm. So just having a guy like Clowney that can work with Horton and have him to be able to bump inside with him and show him how it's done, I think it's something that it's almost immeasurable the contribution Clowney can bring to that defensive line position.
Can I shout? Can I get an amen?
Yes, sir.
From Reverend Chris. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Because that's what you're building. You building guys to build and get these guys in position. All these guys who came in the last couple years, they never had anybody to coach these cats up. I know Chris always said that you never need players to coach people up, but you also need some leadership, somebody to show you how to play the game. You ain't got to tell them how to hit or that, but just the techniques and what makes them work and how they've been successful for 9-10 years. Just small things. Show them how to be a productive player. But I don't want you to show them how to play the game. Just show them some techniques here and there. Show them that what make work for you that you can get. He still gets $9 million per year for all the shit people talk about.
Well, can you imagine Clowney in the play, Clowney in on the series, and you got Horton standing on the sideline, and Clowney does one of his moves.
Right.
Gets to the quarterback with one of them quick first step moves. And then Horton just looking like, damn, he still got it.
He still
And
got
then
it.
after the game, he hollering at him in the locker room, say, man, you're going to have to show me how you do that, man. How did you step so quick that far and then come up underneath him? And you talk to him. You let him know how you did it and what you did and how he can expect to do it on his own. And he starts picking up things. And, I mean, Dylan Horton can be that type of player once he puts on some more muscle, gets some more know-how. But right now, if you have enough money, you have the need, you have a roster spot. I don't think Clowney can hurt. There's a couple of guys on this list that I don't see why we wouldn't add veterans to the list. And I'll go down my list if y'all don't mind. I don't know if y'all want to do
Is it part of this list?
Yeah, the part of the list you got up here. I don't see. There's 2 running backs that I would try to add.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt, and I would add Ezekiel Elliott.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think their size, and I know somebody told me one day, man, he's not even that bigger than Damon Pierce, but he runs bigger. He's a much bigger legged type of guy that linebackers don't just run up and try to body slam on top of their head. Certain running backs are just built different. I would like to see us go after a guy like Ezekiel Elliott or Kareem Hunt, or even scroll up. What's the other running back from Denver?
You got Leonard Fournette. I would have more interest in.
You like see Leonard Fournette? I don't know.
I don't think
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
No,
I don't like Melvin Gordon.
He fumbles way too much, and I don't think he has much left. I don't think Zeke has much left. I think Leonard Fournette still has a year or two in him, and I agree with you on Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I love Kareem Hunt, and I love Ezekiel. I think Ezekiel's going to come back. I mean, you're not asking him to do much, right? You're not going to ask him to carry the team. It's just like a Clowney situation.
Right. Zeke got 2 years of production still left. RB2, RB1.
He's got the attitude, the run hard. We don't have that right now besides Damon.
Hey.
And
then why didn't Dallas bring him back for a cheap contract yet?
But they probably will.
They waiting like everybody's waiting.
I don't think they smart. I don't think they're smart for just running with Pollard.
Oh, they can't.
I think they're making a mistake.
I don't think I'm the contrary. I don't think that Zeke has what y'all think he has left in him.
Okay.
Maybe
what does the stats say?
I ain't even a stats guy, Jules. You can see that he still runs hard. Now, does he have?
But running hard doesn't necessarily equate to production or being a.
But look at David Pierce.
Is he a try hard like Pierce?
Yeah, Pierce is a run hard guy. Pierce runs hard as hell.
Mike, put his stats up.
I think the reason why I say that, Chris, I think his vision has decreased immensely.
I mean,
that's the problem. Like, you can run hard all you want to. Trent Richardson, we brought him up earlier. Trent Richardson ran hard as hell, but couldn't see shit. He couldn't see shit, and all he ran hard into the back of the guard.
You can't.
He ran hard to that bank is what he did.
Right.
He got paid.
But also, the Dallas line wasn't as great it was in the past couple of years. So, for his style, his skill set, Tony Pollard was a quicker back in that skill set. So you got to give some credit or discredit to Dallas O-line not being that good either.
But if you look at the Cowboys, right, Ezekiel would kind of punish the defense. He would kind of wear down the defense a little bit. Not saying that he was who he was at the beginning of his career, but at the same time, he would make linebackers pay. He would make cornerbacks and DBs not want to tackle him. And then when he put Pollard in the game, he was your breakout guy. He was the one that out-sprint you to the edge. So we got those guys. We got Singletary, and we got Pierce. We got Lil Boone. They're going to beat you to the edge, but where's that guy that's going to take one cut and eye the safety down and just run them over? I know Pierce is that guy, but if you could get 3 games of real production out of Ezekiel Elliott, is another guy that I think you can put in there and help this team. I definitely would rather Kareem Hunt over him.
Yeah, I was
That's
just about to ask you that.
We got a rookie quarterback. So whatever running backs that can be productive, get the pressure off him while he's developing is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about offensive players and everything like that. I continue want to look at the list. I mean, even good players like older players like Roger Saffold, Gabe Jackson, Dalton Reisner. Even Ben Jones. To come back to Houston.
You don't think our O line is set?
Well, I'm saying it's set. You're right, but dude, what's behind it?
But that's what I'm saying. You don't think the eight? We got 8 guys that's going.
I don't think we have 8.
You don't think so,
Chris? When we on that AFC South, we got 5 and a possible.
We got 5 and a possible. Well, I got 3 possibles over here. I mean, if you really look at the starting 5, you got them. You got your starting 5, right?
Yeah, you got your 5.
You got Tunsil on one end. Next to him, you've got Kenyon Green. Mm-hmm. Then you got Juice Scruggs. Then you got Shaq Mason. Then you got Titus Howard.
Right.
Now, of course, you're not gonna cut Jared Patterson. You just drafted him.
Yeah, you just drafted him. Yeah, so he's one, but I don't.
You're not gonna cut Heck.
You sure not gonna cut Heck? What is wrong with y'all?
Right? Come on now, tell them, Jules.
Not gonna cut
Heck. 6'8" out there, and he can do a little something when you need him. When you need him to.
Jumbo package extraordinary.
Delicious.
But you also got Greg Little.
Yeah,
right. I forgot I saw him.
You got Greg Little that can do a little something. Former second round pick?
Yeah, second round pick, but he was actually starting on last year for the Panthers and was on the bench. That offensive line in Carolina was one of the worst in football.
The only way
it started off bad. It got a lot better like over the second half of the season.
The only way I'll go for a veteran left guard if Kenyon Green struggles.
Hey,
you calling for your own man to get replaced, Drew?
I'm not. I'm
talking about AD. AD said we need a veteran guard. He gonna replace his own guy.
No, I ain't trying to replace him. What I'm saying is that I don't have faith in Quisenberry.
Oh God, no.
Quisenberry ain't gonna make the team.
Well, who's gonna play center? You got no backup center.
You got Patterson.
Patterson is.
I would not put.
I don't have faith in him either.
Are you gonna cut Patterson? Y'all gonna cut Patterson?
I'm not saying cut him, but I don't have faith in him.
How many linemen do y'all think we're gonna keep?
13.
13.
Hey, with the way they played last year, hell, we need 20.
We need a backup for each position, huh?
Like we need 10 deep for sure.
I ain't playing with y'all today.
We ain't got no room. We ain't got no room, dude.
No, but even still,
we're gonna carry 25 O-linemen and carry 2 receivers every game.
Hold up. That's another reason to sign Zeke, though. We could use another center.
He can play center. He was all world at center.
Hey, just my whole thing is okay. You mentioned Little, right, Chris? You mentioned Greg Little,
correct?
And even Heck. I would consider Heck a veteran and Little a veteran now.
Yeah,
and having them as veterans as your tackles, but you don't have a veteran interior player.
I got you on that. I'm talking
about reserve.
But if you count the numbers, they spun a draft pick on Jared Patterson.
Right.
So they're not gonna subject him to the practice squad and get hit in the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Brandon Hill might, but
Jared Patterson.
Brandon Hill might get subjected to.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
For 2 years. Jared Patterson is going to be Zach Mason's replacement in 2 years.
Let me say this, man. What we cannot do is that as a fan base, we can't get overhyping our rookies that we drafted. I mean, we was Sports After Dark. I'm gonna shout y'all out again.
Yeah, man.
Like Spody, everybody, Texas fan base knows Spody. She's a Jacksonville fan. Spody ran off all 90 players on the whole goddamn Jacksonville roster, and the way she hyped them up, you could swear they going undefeated because every player that they got is a motherfucking dog.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Everybody that they drafted, everybody that they signed, whether it be a rookie or whoever, undrafted free agent, whoever the hell on their goddamn roster, she made it sound like they were about to, take him to the moon.
He looking pretty good. I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, man, he looked like he a motherfucker. That man, he like all that. So that's what, as a fan base, what we cannot do is fall into that trap of, yeah, we like the player and everything, but we can't overhype him. And because let's be honest, after the 5th round, you subject to be practice squad or cut.
Yeah.
So even Xavier Hutchinson, as much as we love the pick and we so high on Xavier Hutchinson, don't be surprised if he's a bottom of the roster player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got him as a wide receiver 6.
Yeah, barely making it. And speaking of wide receiver, everybody was hyped last offseason. Man, we need to get N'Keal Harry.
Right.
Who said that?
I said it.
Oh, that was an awesome.
Chris.
I was on that too. I thought he could help.
N'Keal Harry, is that somebody you would want to bring in with this wide?
He's on the same list we looking at. He's still on
that's
the list.
That's why I brought him up.
Nobody wants him. Yeah,
so, N'Keal Harry.
I was a big Roger Saffold guy.
Yeah, but Roger Saffold got to be 85 years old.
Yeah, he's a little too old. I was going to say that.
He done went through 3 generations.
Yeah. He might be a grandfather right now.
Yeah, no, man. But I think Dalton Risner is a good young, guard that you can bring in. I really like Ben Jones. I feel like Ben Jones, he's an older guy. He's an older guy.
Did he have mental problems or something?
His wife had miscarriages, I think.
It was something else though.
I think it was that, and like his play yeah.
Oh, just okay. My bad. I'm sorry. God bless him, man. I thought it was something else.
I will say, do what?
I thought that was the Colts center whose wife had miscarriages. Brian Kelly.
Oh my God, you might be right about that.
Yeah.
I might have him confused.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, because I think Ben Jones was just suffered from sorriness. I don't remember his wife. He had some type of issues and
I think he had injuries too, but
he had injuries.
Yeah, I had him confused.
Oh no, it was concussions. That's what it was. He had concussion issues.
Yeah, and that's why he was out most of the season last year.
Right,
I mean,
he couldn't come back.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list, and to kind of top it off, Shelby Harris is another guy.
That's a guy I like.
Yeah.
I mean, how did he play last year?
I don't remember. I mean, he was sent off in that trade for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously was available and still available, so he must not have been great, but he's still a guy who could play. I will say Jerick McKinnon, I think, is the only guy on this list who I know isn't a free agent because the Chiefs brought him back on a 1-year deal.
Oh, that's right.
But he's still pretty good. But there's a few guys on this list that are worth at least bringing them in for a workout, seeing what they still got.
Right. What is that Byron Jones from Miami?
Yeah, Byron Jones. Yeah,
he was talking about retirement, like at the end of the season, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was talking about it. Then they cut him.
Man,
the combine stuff.
That's crazy. And the every year the yearly Teddy Bridgewater free agency spot.
Yeah,
I remember you guys when the Indianapolis Colts told us Eric Fisher was their starting left tackle and how he was going to solidify their O-line last year. Well, maybe 2 years ago when they had one of them old-ass quarterbacks. Man, they signed the oldest quarterbacks 3 years in a row. That shit was hilarious, dog. They was like, yeah, man, Phillip Rivers is going to duct tape his arm together, and he's going to lead the league. We're going to lead the division. And then they said, oh, well, he sucks. Now let's go get you know what? Wentz. All we need to do is match up Carson Wentz with his former coach, And I guarantee you they're going to be as strong as that fucking duct tape they put on boats. Goddamn, what is that shit called? That miracle tape? Yeah, they're going to do good.
Seal.
Yeah, there you go. And then they said, oh, well he had his own issues. He couldn't hit a barn butt naked in the winter. So now we're going to sign Matt Ryan.
He's still got a lot in the tank.
He still got a lot in the tank. We're going to a Super Bowl this year. The motherfuckers lost like 9 in a row. They lost not now. They go all rookie. They go with a rookie quarterback. And this is the first year they scared the shit out of me. I don't think he's gonna be that good at his rookie year.
No.
But
here's a sidebar. Has anybody heard anything about Anthony Richardson and mini camps, the OTAs?
Not much.
We hear about Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, but I don't hear much come up from up north about Indiana.
Dude, what do you hear out of Indiana? You don't hear shit out of Indiana.
Nothing.
Yeah, you should.
You were living there for a while too.
I'm like, we ain't hear shit from you.
You the one the inside scoop.
Well, no one's talking to me about AR-15. This whole mini camp and OTAs, and I don't know what's going on.
I think they're trying to.
You ain't been on Twitter. That's the first thing.
They showed a video of him where he had some good footwork and he threw the ball through the little basket thing, and then that was the last I heard of him. They said he's progressing pretty good. We play him in week 3, isn't that right? Or week 2?
Week 2.
Week 2. So we just need to hope that
the way it's coming out and the way they talking about it and the way they being kind of like non-committal about it and kind of being quiet about Anthony Richardson is making me think that they're gonna start Gardner Minshew.
I think they will.
I hope Gardner Minshew starts against us in week.
Well, he is. I don't think Anthony Richardson starts till later on in the year.
Whenever their bye is, I think right after their bye, that's when they'll make the move.
Yeah, I think that's when he'll break out.
They don't want to do him like they did Malik Willis in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's rude to do that guy. Now I heard he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Somebody said he was looking better than.
So Willis?
Malik Willis is looking better than Mike put his glasses.
What have you heard, skepticism there?
What have you heard in Tennessee, Mike?
No, I just know Willis doesn't have it. Like, it's nothing against him. It's just we saw enough last year. Honestly, I saw enough before the draft and his entire time at Liberty and Auburn. Like, I wish the kid well, but it just doesn't have it.
Hey, D, you got any Tennessee highlights?
He couldn't hit running back dump-offs last year.
Oh, right. He beat us with 40 yards pass, and that was a shame.
Yeah. No, Derrick Henry beat us. But.
Yeah, man.
He barely had 300 yards offense. Look how bad it was. Like, you know how bad that is? In the whole game, the whole offense don't even have 300 yards.
Well, when you got Pep Hamilton and Lovie Smith and run away from contact, Christian Kirksey, it's a difficult situation.
Hey, speaking of that, with Pep Hamilton, with Bobby Slowick, hopefully we can get some players that's going to break out and, transition into our next topic.
Nice segue, boss.
Hey, so we going to go ahead and talk about it, man. We got some players that we think are going to be offensive breakout players this upcoming season. It'll be a little mini series that we'll talk about because next episode we'll talk about the defensive breakout players. But we have a select few. I'll let Jules go ahead since he was really excited about this player.
Well, like I said, I'll break it down because a lot of people don't understand why I picked this player. He played for Buffalo for 4 years, and if you follow the Buffalo Bills, the offensive line and the offensive scheme never really allow offensive running backs to really succeed and actually get the ball off because they in love with Josh Allen, and you love the receivers with Diggs and Gabe, all them stuff. So it's all about the passing game with Josh Allen. So when Brian Daboll left, that offense really went more running game and even had Josh Allen run the ball more than it should be. So if you look at his highlights, he has a quick step. He can cut. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He's averaging 4.7 yards a carry. He can catch the ball in immediate I mean, I think that in this offense, in this system, I think it bodes well for him to have a breakout season where he's averaging like 800 yards a carry. I mean, 800 yards for a season. But I think he will out touch and out yardage and I have out and give more touchdowns than Pierce. I think he can run like 200 yards this year.
1,200.
I really think so because we're committed to running the ball because we have a rookie quarterback too.
Oh, hold on. You saying Singletary?
Singletary 12 yards.
1,200 yards. What total?
No, rushing.
Whoa.
Ah, okay. Hot take alert.
Hey man, if y'all want, we can put money on it. We can put, we can put tickets on it. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. I think once my last rant about Darren Pierce trying to be Arian Foster and everybody trying to make him Melvin Gordon, as Chris said, and Eric Dickerson. They think this man who's been a power back his whole life, all of a sudden is going to be a one cut back goal, and he's going to be swift and he's going to be agile. He's not going to look for contact. He's going to run away from contact. This man's been a bowling ball his whole career.
Hey, what's the most yards Derek Singletary has had in his
He had 800 yards the last 2 seasons, rushing. Each season.
I'm gonna go on side with Jules on this one. I don't know about 1,200 yards.
Y'all trying to get this podcast canceled.
I don't know about 1,200 yards, but if you remember the Bills, man, Singletary used to carry that team through quarters 1 through 3. And come to fourth quarter, not carried him. I don't want to say that. He helped assist that team.
Establish the run.
Right, establish the run in the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, they just totally run away from the run. They go straight to passing. And it becomes a Josh Allen show. And that's where I don't think he got a lot of his notoriety because he wasn't able to finish off drives like he would on most teams. Damon Pierce is the hard-running guy. He's going to get you the tough 3-4 yards that you need for a first down. But Singletary is the guy that's going to burst out the 15, 25, 35, 45 yarders. And I think catching out of the backfield, those checkdowns that is going to help Stroud learn the offense and get comfortable in the offense is going to go to Singletary. And I really see his explosion in the field. He's just got to be able to have enough carries to get in the rhythm of the game. And I think when you split those between him and Damon Pierce, I think it's going to be a great combination. And like I said before, there's going to be some games where you just say, hey, this is a Damon Pierce game. Mm-hmm. Other games is just going to be a Devin Singletary game. And then that's why I want that bigger back, like a Hunt or a Zeke, because there are certain games where, hey, man, you just got to pound it out. Pause. You just got to really hammer the ball, at the line of scrimmage. You've got to overpower guys. You got to run through linebackers and safeties. But I agree with Jules is saying it's a bit of a hot take for 1,200 yards, but I see his vision in Devin Singletary, and it's true. I don't think the Bills used him the best way that they could, and I think he's hungry to make a name for himself.
So you're saying he's not pigeon-toed?
He's not pigeon-toed.
Hey.
I mean, I'll say this: I like Singletary. I remember when we signed him. Because it was literally like 10 minutes after we signed Dalton Schultz. It was a crazy 2-for-1 special from Nick Caserio. But you can watch them, just as a football fan, and especially if you have Singletary in fantasy, like I did the last couple of years down the stretch, and he's heating up. And then they'll run 17 pass plays in a row. And it's like, do they hate him? Like, what's going on here? So they don't consistently run the ball. They didn't utilize him as much as they could have. I do like his vision. His cutting ability is really good. He is a much better receiver than Pierce at this point. I think it's a nice 1-2 duo. Do I think 1,200 rushing yards is in the cards? No, I do not. Do I think 1,200 total yards is in play? Absolutely.
Jules, we didn't have 1,200 yards as a group last year as a team.
Like we had the 31st rushing. We were 31st in rushing last year.
And Damon Pierce had 900.
Right.
I'm telling you, we got different.
Damn,
Like
I
I
hate
said,
the damn stats.
Now, I will say we'll be better with Slowick. Like
the system allows running backs to thrive.
we'd be better with any of us as OC than what we had last year. Let's keep it real. And the O line will get better. We won't have Davis Mills throwing interception after interception, so that'll help too. But let's keep the expectations a little reasonable. And look, if you're right about it and he rushes for 1,200, I will come on here and I'll.
We're gonna market this. We're gonna mark it down.
But I don't see 1,200 total. I can definitely see it. I can see 1,350 total. But
I can see him getting 800 yards and getting
maybe like 600.
And get another 500-600 in the air.
What you see, Jules? Man, you look disturbed, man. Like
he cooking.
Hey, I'm cool.
Don't let them shit. Don't let them shit on your parade, man.
No, because if you go back and look at the whole, like Miami's running backs,
right?
They eat. 49ers offense running backs, they eat. The system is made for what we have and what we get. We're going
much better,
and that's what it is. If 1,200 yards is not as hard as people think it like it used to be because this is a passing league. But if you getting 95 yards a game, you can get 1,200 yards.
Right.
And you get 1,700 yards if you do 95 yards a game.
I'm just saying. So I mean, if with this team and what DeMeco Ryans and Solik is committed to the run, and we have a rookie quarterback, we're not going to try to make this man, this young guy, win games. And the system allows for us to run the ball as a main focus. And I like this cat's ability from the get go. And just like I said, if you look at the Buffalo games, Josh Allen is always getting the 2 yards or 1 yard, 3 yards, quarterback sneaks. Why? When you have a running back who can make those cuts. I mean, they have 3 or 4 running backs that were decent running backs that can make the extra play. But last year when they had whoever they got OC, his OC was because Josh Allen wanted to throw the ball. It was his MVP season. He was a big name. So, of course, everything was geared for him to win the MVP and get these stats. And that's what happened. It's not about controlling the ball. It's not about winning the games. It was more about stats and getting Josh Allen to be the MVP. And they didn't control games towards the end.
Yeah. What you got, Mike?
Like, I understand that point about Buffalo's offense. I do. How many guys had 1,200 rushing yards last year?
Yeah, not many.
5. Henry, Chubb, Saquon Barkley, Miles Sanders, and Josh Jacobs, who led the league. 5.
Yeah, and I'll throw this on top of that, Jules. We might need to reel that in a little bit. I'm with you on him being a breakout guy for us.
Well, okay, what about 1150?
No.
Jules, hold on. Let me say this. Jules is teetering on my expectation. I remember this vividly when I put it out there about Davis Mills. Davis Mills needs to throw for 4,000 yards and at least 25 touchdowns with under 10 receptions for us to not draft a quarterback.
Oh, I remember that now.
And Jules is teetering on that line. I got so much flack about it. Oh, he's just a second-year player, and this and that. How many quarterbacks throw for 4,000 yards, and this and that. And I always preface my statement for us not to draft a quarterback. This is what Davis Mills has to do. Davis Mills, of course, we all knew it wasn't going to happen. Didn't do it nowhere near close to that. And Jules, I don't think Devin Singletary is going to get nowhere near 1,200 yards rushing. Hell, it'll be a push for Dameon Pierce to get 1,200 yards rushing.
I'll be a lone wolf. I'll be my lone wolf. I'll do the holler. You know what I'm saying? And I will have it on my chest that I think this running back can get 1,200 yards in this offense next year.
So I can see 2K from the two of them.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, going back, look at San Francisco. They had a multitude of backs, a plethora of backs last year. And what were they stats last year in San Fran?
When they stopped getting hurt, they kept getting hurt.
But I mean, even they had 5 running backs.
and they all got hurt
None of them, even they traded McCaffrey, none of them got over 1,000 yards.
because they all got hurt and they got traded.
McCaffrey did.
They got traded.
McCaffrey got over 1,000?
Yeah, he got 1,100.
Okay. So you expect Singletary to be goddamn Christian McCaffrey?
I don't.
Okay, then. Like, come on.
Y'all can back the hell up off me. That's my statement. That's what I'm putting on. If y'all see this, y'all want to pass this to Devin Singletary. He got somebody rooting for him. How about that one?
All right, man. Mike, we're gonna go with your guy next. And it's really a homerism pick from Mike. Everybody knows it, you know. Did we lose Chris? I think we lost Chris. Everybody knows Mike is his homer pick is John Mechie.
Roll Tide.
No, I got Andrew Beck here.
Oh, you got Andrew Beck. Okay.
The lie.
I'm about to say.
The lie.
I was going to use Andrew Beck now.
Nah, that
Both
ain't.
y'all lying.
Was you going to use Andrew Beck?
No, I'm just
I was.
No. So
okay, let me segue into mine then, since you wasn't going to use them.
We gotta get to his first, Chris. We ain't got to.
He didn't do it. Oh, I thought he just did it. My phone went dead. My computer went dead.
Everything.
You're so good, Chris.
Mike has John Mechie. So we're about to watch John Mechie in Alabama. And we're gonna talk about John Mechie and how he can be potentially the breakout player going forward.
Now I don't feel right using John Beck. Andrew Beck.
What you got, Mike? This is all you. Talk him up.
Yeah, so this is a guy, by the way, and I know people give me heat about, hey, you missed on this on the mock draft. Okay, last year I had Mechie going to the Texans, all of my mock drafts for a reason. I knew they would like his skill set. I knew they would like his versatility, his his route running ability, his instincts, right? Like this is a very naturally gifted separator. And I think he's going to be a very valuable target for CJ Stroud. Obviously, for a while there, I had, visions of Bryce and Mechie linking back up. But this kid, like he's coming back from cancer. Obviously, he had a setback with the hamstring injury, but D'Amico Ryans and company have said he's going to be ready for training camp. And, I understand some people are tempering expectations because he's coming off cancer. Look, you got Foster Moreau earlier. I think this was in February. Reports came out that he had cancer, and it was a very similar form. And so everybody expected, okay, he's going to be out for the year. He's already back. He was participating at minicamp. I know each guy's recovery can be different, but I think he is going to be ready. Obviously,
if you want to be real, Mike,
yeah,
he was in remission middle of the season, and there were talks of him potentially trying to come back last year.
Yeah, there were.
So he was in remission, I think, like middle of October last year. When he got the clearance and remission, and so they, the team just kind of held him out, and it was a reason why they put him on. It was a specific injury list that they put him on because they didn't put him on injury reserve. They put him on like a non-injury related something where if he wanted to come back, he could come back, and it wouldn't count against the injury reserve. The limit of 2 players, I think it is, you can bring back. He wouldn't have counted against that limit with the list that he was on, the injury list that he was on. So it was talks about him possibly coming back last year, but he's a full go now. I mean, I love John Mechie. I think John Mechie has potential to be one of the top number 2s in the NFL. I said it last off season when we were having these heated debates about Jameson Williams and John Mechie, and I always made the point John Mechie was the go-to receiver at Alabama, not Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams had the big plays. When they needed a first down, they went to John Mechie. When they needed a score, they went to John Mechie. John Mechie was the guy at Alabama, and it doesn't get talked about a lot. But yeah, I agree that John Mechie has potential to be an excellent breakout player. It's just we haven't seen him on the field.
I just love this love for Mitchell for his pick I make a pick. Everybody want to talk shit about my pick. You know,
Hey,
you got there right.
Mike did come out here and say Mechie gonna have. Mike did not say Mechie gonna come out and have 1,500 yards receiving.
I didn't say at first. I just said I like the skill set, and y'all got
He
me
didn't
pumped
say he
up.
gonna have
And I
12
said it.
touchdowns either, Jules. That's why you lose a lot of love when you say some crazy shit.
Hey, it's all for y'all DP fans. That's what really gonna like me. Y'all DP fans, the same DP fans that wanted Bijan Robinson because they all knew who DP was. You know, go ahead, call John Mechie. I wanted to thrive too.
What Jules, you gotta understand something. Elijah Mitchell was a badass back for the 49ers. And the most he had was like 900 yards rushing.
Before he got traded.
Raheem Mostert was an amazing back for the 49ers who did a lot of crazy shit. The highest he had was 700 yards rushing.
Before he got hurt.
Yeah, but how you expect Singletary to come in this system and get more yardage than those guys? I agree with you. I think he's going to be great for us. I think he'll be one of the best backs we've done seen. I think he's going to remind us more of Lamar Miller than anybody.
I would say if he's healthy and he stays and he plays 16 games, I think he can get 1,200 yards. And what Lamar Miller got is just 2 years here. About 1,100, 1,200 yards when he was here.
Yeah, I can see him doing pretty good. I think he'll probably get about 600 yards rushing, just because he's splitting time, and he could get about 500 yards passing.
I'm stating the facts and opinions that I have. There's logic behind my thing.
Definitely opinions.
You meant receiving, not passing, right?
Yeah, he's receiving. Excuse me. You're right, receiving. If he throws for 500.
We're in trouble.
You need to sit CJ.
Hey,
but I agree with Mike. I'm sorry. I can't have no pity party with the Jews. I'm sorry. Mike, I agree with you, Mike. I think Mechie, for a breakout player, I think he's one of the guys that can actually win the comeback player of the year. I think AD said it the other day. Both of you guys said it the other day. He is eligible for that award, right?
Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm. So I
DeMar
think
Hamlin's the clear favorite.
Yeah.
Right.
And I said it on the space last night. Death beat cancer.
Right. Death do beat cancer, but cancer is deadly. And it just depends on how big of a season Mechie has. If Mechie comes out and gets 1,200 yards like Jules.
Hey, but did he Dotto.
Hey, you know what? I'm about to put I'm about to pull a shotgun out. Now I'm about to put holes in the situation. How can be comeback player of the year if he never played that game yet? He ain't played one season yet.
Just pray for the kid, man. Pray for the kid, Jules.
He didn't go to OTAs. This nigga found out when he was going through the blood work. How you gonna be playing? Oh, bang! I'm gonna put holes in this shit today.
Let's move on to Chris, because Chris, you got to be quick with this one.
Okay, let me be quick with this. I'm ducking. I'm doing Jules doing drive-bys and shit.
Well, I'm saying the player that you want. This highlight package is short. So
okay, so let me be real quick with this. This highlight package here is a guy named Andrew Beck. He's quiet as kept. I think he's going to transform into our fullback. And I think this is the reason why I have to agree a little bit with Jules as far as his guy getting a lot of yards this year, along with Damon Pierce. This guy probably only had 2 or 3 receptions his entire career, but his blocking is nasty. I mean, he's just an animal when it comes to blocking. He sets the edge. He seals the edge. He peels back on the block. Like the way San Francisco likes to run the offense and the way Slovic runs it, he's gonna send guys in motion. He's gonna get you off of your timing. So he'll send Beck into motion to the right side of the field just to get the guys and see what I say, blocking highlights. Who else has blocking highlights?
Nobody. Nobody in the field since 1985.
He's gonna clear the path for Devin Singletary and for Damon Pierce. And I just think he's gonna
That's how white man run the ball.
He's gonna make their job so much easier. He's the traditional H-back where he's a tight end, but he's really a fullback. You line him up in the backfield, he's gonna clean your clock. touchdown. You line him up in the backfield and motion him out, he can catch the ball. You send him in motion one direction, run a counter, and he's going to come back against the counter and trap on your defensive tackle. That's how strong he is, and that's how much of a willing blocker he is. He's going to open up holes for us, and you might get your 1,200 yards.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
If
Come on, Chris.
if you get your 1,200 yards, you better take this guy out to eat, because I think Andrew Beck is going to be a key to opening holes. I know we had that rookie fullback.
Harrison.
I think he's gonna transfer more to special teams captain this year. But if you got a fullback and a tight end that love to block, the running game's got to increase.
So what we're gonna do is when Devin Singletary get 1,200 yards, I'm gonna use his credit card. I'm gonna take Beck out for a steak dinner.
But there you go. You're gonna have two full. Yeah. But don't forget, we got another new tight end, Dalton Schultz. I don't know how willing of a blocker he is, but I know Andrew Beck is going to be key in the run game, man. And I think y'all need to realize that. Recognize real, Jules.
I got the real. Devin Singletary.
We talked about a lot about the running game. We talked about running with Devin Singletary. We talked about blocking with Andrew Beck. But it all starts
when I'm talking, AD.
But it all starts up front. And my player, everybody is gonna question how the hell is this a damn breakout player? It's a breakout player for us. Because if you want to talk about our offensive line last year, it was doo-doo. Interior was doo-doo. And right now, my breakout player, Shaq Mason.
There we go. Come on, game.
This offensive line is going to break out and make this offensive line the top 10 offensive line in the NFL. You ain't going to penetrate. You ain't going to get by Shaq Mason. Shaq Mason is agile, can get to the second level, and it's going to break out Damian Pierce and Devin Singletary, and we're going to open up those holes for those guys. You know, he's just, quick, passing off blocks, quick feet, Pro Bowl guard, one of the top guards.
Boy, hit the spin move back to the block.
He does it all, man. He does it all. Everybody want to talk about my favorite Kenyon Green. This man right here is the one that's going to solidify the line. He's going to help out Titus Howard. He's going to make Titus Howard a better player. He's going to make Drew Scruggs a better player. We can go on. I can watch this all day. I can watch, offensive line.
I just want to make a shout out to my two friends who supported me in my Devin Singletary by their selections, and the person that's on an island by himself was only thinking about himself. He didn't care about my selection. My guys, Chris and AD, supported me and my Devin Singletary. All Mike care about is Roll Tide.
Shots fired.
Hey.
Oh man, thanks for putting your gun on safety, man.
Yeah, I will say this: DeMarcus Lawrence. There were a couple plays in there. He wanted none of it.
None of it. You can rewind this one and start it over again. I like this.
All day, man. He's just doing the fool, man, against Kansas City, against some of the best D tackles. Chris Jones.
And you gotta understand, this guy played with Tom Brady.
Watch him against Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm. And when me and AD went to the town hall meeting, I asked Nick 100%. I said, what was the necessary need to sign him so quickly when you had other players who've been in a Texan uniform?
You asked the question?
Nick.
He went to Nick personally.
Oh, you walked up to Nick.
Mm-hmm.
How did you make it up there? They said your plate was so big.
Oh man, it was monstrous, boy. It was free and it was cold. And it's cold. Food was cold, but I it was free, so I took care of it.
You took it. Hey man, shout out to all the big niggas in the world, man.
All right. So I asked him, I said, Nick, so what triggered you to make this signing so fast when you didn't have any money on the cap next year?
Right.
So you didn't have to rush it and make a cap. He would told me that he's going to be what we need for his O-line to go forward, and to get a guy his caliber to be here for at least 2 or 3 years. That he's making his line that much stronger, and not having to replace players every year. So he was very key, and the money was right, the age was right, and how many years left he had to go forward and give him salary cap for the next couple of years going forward. There's a reason why as soon as the draft came back, he was signed to extension, and there was no reason for Nick to sign this dude to extension because you don't know how he's gonna play with CJ and the rest of the line when he didn't have the O line. So they feel him being an excellent player for the next 2-3 years for Texas.
He was familiar with him, right? He drafted him.
Right, he drafted him in 19. Mm-hmm.
The crazy thing AD pointed out to me about Shaq Mason, our O line consists of 6'4", 6'6", 6'7", 6'5", and another 6'4", and Shaq Mason is 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a bowling ball. You cannot get under his pads. He wins the game of leverage, and he can move for a big dude like that. I mean,
big man eat nachos. I mean,
he's a road grader.
You want to know who else is big and can move? Right up there in the highlight package, Kenyon Green. Honorable mention. I ain't gonna let it go, man. Y'all talking about this Kenyon, that. It's a whole highlight package showing how great Kenyon Green can be and will be in the future. All y'all can eat a dick. How about that?
Hello. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
All y'all haters on Kenyon Green, this is for you.
He just needs to gain some strength, man.
Yeah, and
you look at that line. You got Tunsil on one side, Kenyon Green next to him. Who is the rookie gonna be?
Juicy.
Who is Juicy gonna be? Who is he gonna be? Is he gonna be what we wanted JMS to be? Because I sure wanted JMS.
Mm-hmm.
If we would have JMS, I would be like, man, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Chris, I hate to bust your bubble. I'm gonna bring you down back to earth.
Come on.
He's gonna be more like Myers.
That's what I'm afraid. I don't know. I watched some film on him. Do we have any film on him, Juice Shrugs? I watched a little film on him, and he makes contact with the player, but he doesn't drive him.
He's gonna be smart. He's gonna be the quarterback of the line.
Nasty, man. We need.
I'm just saying. I agree with you. We all had better centers.
Smart is cute. Smart is New England Patriots. When you get the ball out your hands every 5 seconds, but we're running a wide zone. We're running inside zone. We're running trap plays, counter plays. We need nasty. We need guys that's going to run with the block 5-10 yards down the field.
And that's not what we drafted, buddy.
He makes contact, but he just doesn't drive. And I see him on the ground too much when I watch his tape. And I don't know.
He's good at pass pro.
He's real good at pass pro. Standing, but it's just when the run blocking comes, just can they teach him how to drive block? Because he'll get in your way, and maybe he's just so big you can't get around him. I think he falls on this play.
And for all those fans who we know we didn't mention the number one person that we want to break out. We know Nico Collins is everybody's breakout darling star. We all know that. But we need to highlight some players on this team that break out that can help us successfully too. Nico Collins is number one. We all want Nico Collins to be that guy. But there's other players that need to break out for the team to be successful. Just not this year, but next year too.
And y'all know who else was who I talked down? I didn't really talk down on the guy, and I think AD has some highlights of him too. Is Bobby Trees, Robert Woods. I think Robert Woods was a guy that when we signed him, it was so shocking because I think it was the first signing, and it just told me that here we go signing these old players that's kind of over the hill, not too,
Chris, you didn't say that nicely, Chris. Let's not.
Okay, what I said was I didn't want no old ass players that were over the hill that ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, we had to talk off the ledge when we signed him.
I jumped all the way off the ledge because I was like, "Here we go again, man." I'm looking for T. Higgins, DeAndre Hopkins. I'm looking for top tier guys. We got a little bit of money. Let's get some top tier guys. And they went to Robert Woods. And at first I was crazy, but now when I look at it, okay, his veteran leadership and solid catching ability could really help the younger guys.
And I put this highlight tape up of him in from LA is because this is an offense that's probably going to be more similar to what we see than what he did in Tennessee. Because
Right.
y'all know Tennessee's offense was horrible last year.
Horrible.
It was Derrick Henry and nothing else. So looking at this offense that he's with the Rams, he gets a lot of separation, and they even use them a lot on gadget plays, on reverses,
Correct.
and screens and everything like that. So he's versatile.
Man, and with Woods and Beck and Mason and the Green,
So
it's all going to help my guy make 1,200 yards. I love it. I thank y'all for helping me. And even Mechie, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna help me open up the
run game.
if he make 1,200 yards, I'll buy your first playoff ticket.
Hey, I'm ready for it. Mark it down. June 25th, 26th. What day it is? What day it is? 9:45.
I got your first playoff ticket, man.
And Mike gonna buy me a steak. He the first one to see. I just shotgun to Mechie just talk noise. But when I said it earlier in our production meeting this afternoon, Mike got a samurai sword and just said Singletary and just started slicing the dude up like he was trash. Like we signed Burkhead again. I mean, this man just dashed my dreams.
No, I liked the signing. There were people who immediately when we signed him, he's just a guy. I'm like, no, he was underrated in Buffalo. He's a quality player. It's just there were 5 guys with 1,200 rushing yards, and I don't think he's one of those 5.
It's a new day. Speaking
of, I know we got to bounce. Speaking of offensive breakout guys, would y'all consider a good year by Titus Howard as a breakout, or has that just been what he's been able to put together?
It can be.
How many years has he been playing like that?
If you listen to the haters on Twitter, yeah, it would be a breakout. Because the way they talk about it, he's one of the worst offensive linemen we've ever had.
He's one of the best right tackles in the league.
I think he's top 10.
Yeah, he's got to be top 10, bro.
Is his second year playing right tackle?
This is only his second year full time.
Didn't he play a game at guard last year?
He did.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, he can't catch a break.
Yeah, I guess my guess is they pay him right before the start of the season, right?
If they don't, it'll be a mid-season type thing.
I think it's gonna be a mid-season to see if because you don't want to overpay a right tackle, but if that's good enough and he showed that he can be it, they're gonna have to pay him because they got the money anyway. Because I don't think they're gonna go crazy or regardless if we have $100 million or not. I don't think they're gonna go crazy with signing. So if you can get your right tackle for a good deal to steal, I think you go for it.
Yeah, hey, we gonna see. It's a lot up in the air. We got a dead period. We got about 4 more weeks or 5 more weeks before we get to training camp.
74 more days.
About 4 more weeks. We got a lot of speculation, a lot of prediction talk, a lot of conversations like that we're about to have in the upcoming weeks and upcoming episodes. So y'all be prepared on that. We are, got some more information. I know I spoke about it earlier. We are going to raffle off 2 game tickets. We did a poll.
Man.
And the game of choice is is the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, get your Cleveland Brown tickets right here.
We will have a Twitter space. Y'all, linking, y'all follow us on the Twitter line at the bottom. Like, share, and subscribe to the page. All our Twitter handles as well, because we will be running the space to give out those contest details. And these ain't gonna be no nosebleed seats, man. So don't worry.
We'll put you in some good seats. We are digging in our pockets for our fans, man.
Hey, to see Deshaun Watson, pull out a towel and rub him, get his rub on.
We want who never been to a game before.
Yeah.
Who been watching us, subscribing us while we grow. You helping us grow. We want to reward y'all for helping us grow and reaching the numbers we're growing. And we're not done yet. So the more people subscribe, the more time people come in and share our videos, watch our shows, listen to our spaces, talk to us, comment to us. No matter if we have a bad day, good day, we're going off for being self because all 4 of us have went off on Texas Twitter before. Y'all still love us. Y'all still support us. Y'all still watch us. Y'all still listen to us. Y'all still share us. Big ups to all the Texans content that's ride with us. Big up to Sarge and all those guys and everybody that touches us. We're trying to make something big for the fans. Keep supporting us. And we do big things for the community. We give back. That's what we're trying to do. So we love y'all. We support y'all. We're going to take care of y'all.
Hey, let me say this, man. We one of the few. We don't get a lot of guests on here. We not one of those podcasts that get a lot of guests. We're trying to change that in the future. But hey, the fact that y'all pulling in and y'all listen to us talk, and that shows a lot of appreciation from me. That y'all coming in, chiming in, subscribing, and supporting the channel any way y'all can, man. Like I said, we right under the edge of 200 subscribers. Y'all go ahead and push us over the threshold, man. Y'all, we need 4 more. We at 196. Just get us over 200. Let us meet this milestone so that we can keep building and keep growing. And it's a lot more things other than just the ticket giveaway that we have in store coming forward. We want to be a part of the community, the Texans Twitter community. And we got other facets as well. The Rockets podcast is doing great right now. They're doing numbers as well with Press and Coach Dante. They're doing pretty damn well, and Pastor as well. So shout out to those guys as well that are holding down the Rockets side of the H-Town Rundown. So like I said, we thank y'all for y'all support. Thank y'all for tuning in. And what you got last?
If y'all can put cars and a light bill in your kid's name, y'all can put a YouTube subscription in your kid's name and like and follow the button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can put light bills and cons. And
all y'all they got them kids on Coco Melon and all that on goddamn YouTube. Peppa Pig on YouTube. They got the video with them tablets. They got them handy. Y'all go ahead and just hit subscribe. And
you can't share your Netflix no more, so you might as well subscribe to us, man.
Go ahead.
I also wanted to say we're trying to be the voice. We want you guys. We want to be the voice of you guys. So the things that we talk about, the things that we think about, the things that we discuss, we want it to come straight from the people, man. A lot of times, you don't get to hear from the people. You just get to see these reporters. You get to see these content folks, and they talk about what they want to talk about. We want to talk about what you want to hear about and what you want to talk about. And I think that's going to begin with us taking back over spaces. We've kind of taken a break from some of the things we've done on personal business matters for all of us. Jules moving back to Houston, AD getting moving into his house, Michael taking care of his business with his new promotion at his job, and me doing my thing. So I think that right now what we want to try to accomplish is to establish ourselves back into the Spaces community, H-Town Rundown Spaces community, and then turn that into some live shows on YouTube where we will be giving away good ticket giveaways. And like AD said, he's not talking about some nosebleed sections. We're trying to get you guys in some good seats. All 4 of us are digging in our pockets to get you guys into this. We'll have a like a trivia type situation where we will ask you guys questions that was presented on the YouTube show. And then you'll just answer the questions, and then we'll take a pick out of the people that got the right answers, and we will hand out those tickets for you guys to go check out the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. So from the bottom of my heart, man, I just want to thank you guys, man. And I want to thank all 3 of you, man, for allowing me to be a part of this and joining up with you guys on something special.
I got voted. I tried to put niggas in the nosebleed section, but y'all got voted, so you're lucky. And Chris, like y'all, because I'm gonna put niggas in the nosebleed section. It's gonna be it's a free goddamn ticket.
I told Jules he got to dig under his truck seats, man. Get a couple dollars that he got stored away for them charros. You know, he got a little extra stored in there for them charro beans and them tacos and shit. Welcome back to Texas, man. We got y'all boys, man.
Hey, we appreciate y'all support, man. This has been another episode of the H-Town Rundown. We thank y'all, and we'll see y'all on the next episode, man. Peace.
Peace.